Why? This is important, Wu Chen said, just go. You don't have to worry about this. Li Rubing was reluctant to leave Yurong alone with him, but she had to obey her husband. Okay, Wu Yurong clinked glasses with Wu Chen. I feel so sad that my young husband can be so intimate with Miss Li in public. What should I do? Understanding her intentions, Wu Chen said, Miss Wu, you're looking for a quiet place, right? He then left to find a secluded spot. Yurong watched him go, cursing under her breath, you sly fox. A moment later, they found a private space. Yurong said, you're quite good at finding places, aren't you? Without further ado, they began to kiss passionately. Meanwhile, Li Rubing was chatting and laughing with Qinjiang when Su Ruin saw them. He wondered where Wu Chen was and smiled. Miss Li, I apologize for not being able to thank you personally last time. Since you and Mr. Wu are both here, I want to thank you both very much. But where's Mr. Wu? Li Rubing chuckled awkwardly. Wu Chen and Miss Wu are discussing business over there, Su Ruin said. I see. Coincidentally, I have something to discuss with him, so I'll go find him. Seeing Su Ruin leave, Li Rubing smiled slyly. It seems like she knows what Wu Chen and Yurong are doing. Nothing can get past the main wife. Su Ruin walked outside and looked around. This is where Miss Li said. Suddenly, he heard intimate sounds and froze. Curious, he walked towards the source and was shocked by what he saw. Wu Chen and Wu Yurong were kiss. Su Ruin was stunned. Didn't Yurong say that she would marry Wu Chen when she was younger than 20? Was that not a joke? But what about Li Rubing? No, the point is not their complicated relationship, but why are they like this? Do all powerful women do this with Wu Chen? As they were in the heat of the moment, Yurong felt someone staring at them. She stopped kissing and said, Who's there? Su Ruin quickly hid behind a wall. Wu Chen seemed to know who it was and smiled slyly. Good job, Rubing. Everything is almost complete. After witnessing the intimate scene between Wu Chen and Wu Yurong, Su Ruin broke out in a cold sweat. He couldn't believe that even Wu Yurong, a woman 20 years older than him, would fall for a man who was already involved with someone else. The thought of Wu Yurong and Li Rubing clashing, with their already fiery personalities, sent chills down his spine. If this news were to get out, the entire nation's business world would be shaken, and Donghai would become a battleground between the Li and Wu families. He sighed, realizing that Wu Yurong's previous statement about marrying Wu Chen if she were 20 years younger wasn't a joke after all. Wu Chen had come here with Li Rubing, yet he was also involved with Wu Yurong. A thought suddenly struck him. Could it be that this young man is even more ambitious than I thought? Even Qinjiang is helping him keep secrets. Could it be that she and he? Su Ruin walked back inside and saw Qinjiang, Qianchen, and Li Rubing chatting happily. Qianchen asked, Uncle Su, have you found Wu Chen? Li Rubing chimed in, Has Uncle Su found Wu Chen yet? Su Ruin forced a smile, I walked around but couldn't find him. Li Rubing took out her phone, I'll call him. Just then, the hall erupted in commotion. Quick, look at the latest news on Weibo. The two CEOs of the Schwanke real estate group were arrested for hiring someone to kill. Li Rubing checked the news and her expression turned serious. Qinjiang asked worriedly, What's wrong, Sister Rubing? Li Rubing replied, The Cho brothers offended Shadi, so they offended our Wu Chen. I'm worried that he went too far this time. Qinjiang said confidently, Don't worry, sister. He's our man, nothing will happen to him. Seeing them gossiping, Wu Chen walked over. What are you talking about? Noticing Su Ruin, he said, Mr. Su is here too. Su Ruin replied, Mr. Wu, I found what you mentioned the other day. Let's talk in private for a bit. The two men went to a corner to talk. The content of their conversation remained a mystery, leaving everyone else to speculate. A few minutes later, Wu Chen returned and put his arm around Li Rubing. Come on, honey. Lu Guangmian's wedding ceremony is about to begin. Li Rubing asked curiously, What did you talk about with Uncle Su? Wu Chen smiled. I didn't say anything to him. After the wedding, I'll head back first. He'll probably come to you. Li Rubing was a little annoyed. You threw me under the bus after dragging me along for half a day. For Qinjiang's sake, I agreed to this. This was all part of your plan, wasn't it? How could you be so cunning? Seeing her anger, Wu Chen leaned in and said sweetly, because my Rubing is so capable. Li Rubing blushed and her anger subsided. That afternoon, as Wu Chen predicted, Li Rubing was sitting at the bar when Su Ruin approached her. Miss Li, why are you here alone? Li Rubing took a sip of her tea. Wu Chen had something to do and left first. Su Ruin sat down. Well, I think we need to talk about Mr. Wu. Li Rubing raised an eyebrow. What do you want to talk about regarding him? Su Ruin said seriously. I heard that Miss Li holds Wu Yurong in high regard. I wonder what your current relationship with her is. Before he could finish, Li Rubing interrupted coldly. Yes, she used to be my idol, but now I only see her as a slut. Su Ruin was taken aback. Li Rubing continued. It seems that Mr. Su already knows about the relationship between my Mr. Wu and that slut. Su Ruin stammered. You mean, you already knew? Li Rubing said slowly. My Wu Chen has a wandering eye. Besides Wu Yurong, he has many other lovers. It's not a big deal, after all. He'll marry me in the end. Su Ruin was dumbfounded. Many lovers? How is he any different from Ding Rulong? Why would you accept such a man? I'm old and I don't understand. Li Rubing said, because he's special, you don't understand. He's much more capable than others think. He's an amazing man. Su Ruin was stunned. More capable than others think. He's not some kind of deity, is he? Li Rubing replied, No, see for yourself. Everyone is talking about the Schwanky real estate group today. He did that. Su Ruin was shocked. They're involved with Wu Chen. Li Rubing explained that Wu Chen had instructed the Tang family and the Gu family in Shanghai to take care of the matter within 3 days because the Che brothers had offended another one of his lovers, a woman named Zhuang Xiaodi. Su Ruin found it hard to believe. The Tang family and the Gu family in Shanghai are willing to help him. He destroyed a multi-billion-dollar company within 3 days for a woman. Li Rubing said, Wu Chen is a man who loves his women very much. Although he never makes any promises, it's hard for outsiders to imagine what he would do for them. Moreover, it seems like he's caused a stir on Weibo again. She showed him her phone. The headline read, Superstar Zhou Xinglong cheats on Wang Yaya, shares of Hezong Media plummet. Su Ruin exclaimed, Why? Did he do this for another lover? Li Rubing sighed. Yes, his new lover, and Menglan. Su Ruin was speechless. This Wu Chen is quite something. Li Rubing explained that Hezong Media had sabotaged An Menglan some time ago by leaking her new album and spreading rumors about her having an affair with the musical genius Chen Wu, who was actually Wu Chen. Now it was Wu Chen's turn to retaliate. Su Ruin pondered the two names, Chen Wu and Wu Chen, noticing the similarity. Li Rubing continued, Wu Chen is hailed by netizens as a once-in-a-century musical genius. He's just messing around. Su Ruin asked, So, more than 10 days ago, when Qinjiang received so much support from the board of directors, was that also because Wu Chen wanted to make her happy? Li Rubing replied, You're right. It was all arranged by Wu Chen. Su Ruin's face darkened. So, Qinjiang is also one of his lovers. Li Rubing said, Uncle Su, since you've brought this up in front of me, I think you already have the answer in your heart. Su Ruin's suspicions were confirmed. He was speechless and asked, For how long? Li Rubing replied, Not long. Since the day Wu Chen took Qinjiang away from the golf course. That was probably the first time they met. Su Ruin clenched his fists. He argued with my wife on the day they met, and the next day, Qinjiang gained power within the board of directors. He's decisive and capable. The more he thought about it, the angrier and more terrified he became. His heir was someone else's mistress, and his multi-billion-dollar Junfa group was being played by a playboy. He was furious. Li Rubing asked Su Ruin without hesitation, Uncle, are you perhaps trying to arrange a blind date for Qinjiang to get rid of Wu Chen? She smiled meaningfully. I think you'd better not do that. It could be fatal. Su Ruin couldn't hide his anger. Ridiculous. As a father, how could I let my daughter be his mistress? He even wants to kill me. No, you misunderstood. I wasn't talking about you, but about those blind date candidates. Whoever dares to meet Qinjiang will die. Su Ruin looked at her with disbelief. Really? But Ding Rulong doesn't seem to be dead yet.